fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of action for the WBA, WBC, and Ring Magazine Super Welterweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from San Antonio, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, the WBC champion in the blue corner, presentando al orgulloso hijo de la República de México, wearing black trunks with pink trim, hailing from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He weighed in at 153 1/2 pounds. His tremendous record stands at 41 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout at just 22 years of age. Tonight, he is making the 6th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the young superstars of boxing today, the undefeated WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World. Damos la bienvenida al invicto Saúl Canelo Álvarez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, the WBA World Champion, entering the ring wearing white trunks with zebra stripe trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Las Cruces, New Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 153 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Now in his 3rd year as champion, tonight he is making the 5th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Austin No Tרוث. Once again, our referee in charge now to give instructions, Lawrence Cole.
All right, gentlemen, went over rules earlier in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands. Protect yourselves all times. Good luck, play limpia.
Canelo Alvarez looking to defend and unify the titles, looking to prove to everyone that his talent is indeed equal to the mega popularity that he's achieved in his young career, while Austin Trouth wants to silence the crowd and bring both belts back to Las Cruces, New Mexico. The sea of humanity here at the Alamodome erupting like a volcano. The bell in round 1 of the 5th unification fight in Super Welterweight history, the first since 2004 when Winky Wright defeated Shane Mosley. The only other 154-pound unification bout involving a pair of undefeated fighters was Felix Trinidad versus Fernando Vargas.
And did we think this fight would start with Canelo Alvarez going backwards and sideways and Austin Trouth coming forward?
Well, again, it comes down to the hand speed of Canelo or the foot speed of Trouth. It's almost like Canelo wants Trouth to give up his foot speed and come to him so he can use that hand speed. We'll see. You know, much like Punter Whitaker did 20 years ago, Trouth has to slowly but surely take this crowd out of it, because right now it is just waiting to erupt for something Canelo's doing.
Canelo designed the black and pink trunks that he is sporting. Trouth in the zebra, white and black. Trouth already flashing the jab. Canelo looking to find his rhythm.
Trouth has thrown, I'm going to say 30 jabs already. Not all landing, but it's clear, some have landed, it's clear he's committed to this, as he should be.
Well, that's the thing, he's not going to give up his height. If Canelo's not going to come to him, he's just going to jab him until he finally starts stalking him, and that's what's happening. Trouth started landing the jab, so now it's Canelo. He's got to come forward, and that's what Trouth wants.
Yeah, he changed the dynamic already, Paul.
Canelo coming off the longest layoff of his career, 217 days. This is his 216th will react to anything Canelo does, which of course could impact the adjudicators in this fight. Remember, we are in Texas. It's been known as a cauldron of controversy when it comes to combat sports over the years.
I love your alliteration.
Well, again, if Trout can continue to maintain the pace and use the jab, he can take the crowd out of it a little bit at a time. It's going to take a few rounds, but if he can maintain distance and maintain control with the jab, he'll be able to do it.
Canelo said he wants to not just go to the body with the left hook, which he hasn't had a chance yet to do, but also the straight right to the body. Right now, for the moment at least, Trout is controlling the real estate in this fight, again as he did against Cotto.
Under 30 seconds left in the first round. Canelo coming off a 5th round TKO win against Jose Cito Lopez last September, showcasing a versatile attack using a light lead right uppercut to set up a liver liquefying left hook. And there's a lead left hook as he swarms Trout along the ropes. Cole calling for the break.
I thought Cole broke him up a little early there. But a few seconds before that, Canelo showed his lack of experience. He already was losing patience, swung a wild right hand.
Louis Burke, who holds 2 victories over Freddie Roach, also was in the ring against the late great Hector Macho Camacho the Bell. Round 2 underway, and immediately Trout delivers 3 consecutive jabs.
He threw 34 jabs in the first round, landed 8, but it's the number he threw that was impressive.
And even when he's not landing, guys, it's keeping Canelo busy. It's keeping him thinking about something. Canelo has to either counter with a counter jab like that, or he's got to start making Trout think about using that jab.
And there's an indication of those jabs that I have mentioned. The fact of the matter is, when you only throw 8 for Canelo, that's an issue. Yes, you're fighting a lefty, but in order to get inside, you have to jab your way in so that you can throw the left hook to the body and the right to the body.
There is a bigger difference in experience than some might think between these two combatants. Canelo has faced 5 former current world champions. Trout has faced just 1, that being Cotto.
In the first round, Canelo got to Trout at about this distance. He felt like he was almost there, and then he just couldn't land. Touched him on the chest there, but this is the distance Canelo needs to start landing. And there it is.
There's a right hand that connects for Canelo. Flashes the jab, doubles up the jab, follows up with a right hand to the torso.
That was a tremendous uppercut thrown from long distance by Canelo. Shocking that he was able to land it against Trout. Now, Trout said when they were together, he said he felt Canelo was a much smaller man than he expected. That he just found out that Canelo can punch a bit, but Trout took the punch well.
Yeah,
and he was starting to see
bullying his opponents in the past, especially the smaller ones.
He was starting to see Trout consistently slip the jab to his own left, so he kind of met him with that uppercut there.
And Canelo loads up with 2, make it 3 right hands. That third one connects on the tempo. Trout backing up momentarily and resetting. Canelo has faced only 1 semi-southpaw since 2007, that being Ryan Rhodes in 2011. In that fight, Rhodes switched back and forth, so really Canelo has not faced a pure lefty since Richard Cano in 2007.
this is heating up. And it's heating up because Canelo has cut the distance a bit and is landing punches of note.
Yeah, he's gained about 6 inches to a foot this round. He's starting to pull the trigger a little closer, and it's making a difference.
30 seconds remaining in the second stanza. Trout launches the jab, goes downstairs to the body with the jab. Canelo measuring him up, flashes a jab of his own that misses. An amazing atmosphere, absolutely electric at the Alamo Dome as Canelo sticks them straight right. The bell in round 3 of this scheduled 12-round battle for the WBC and WBA Super Welterweight Championships. Undefeated kingpins putting it all on the line here in the Lone Star State as Trout again looks to establish the jab. Triples.
One thing we found out about Austin Trout in these recent fights against Cotto and now against Alvarez, he has a chin. He's been hit by both fighters with some big punches and has taken them extraordinarily well.
Canelo almost took his foot off the gas earlier this round, and Trout jumping right on him with that jab, landing a couple of good jabs already.
show stats, total power punches, slight edge for Canelo.
Yeah, not a monstrous one, but a couple of the ones he landed were very showy.
Both have thrown the exact amount of power punches as Trout comes back with a 1-2 of his own from the southpaw stance. Canelo looking to jab, lead right hook by Trout. There's a nice 1-2 that catches Canelo. Canelo lunging in, swarming Trout, and Trout able to circle away from the ropes.
Good smother by Trout there. Smother and turned him.
He wants Canelo to lunge at him, does Austin Trout. And when he does it, Trout's very effective at dealing with it.
Midpoint of the third round.
Canelo now back in stalking position.
There's a 1-2 combination from Canelo. Straight right hand from Canelo. Trout along the ropes. Canelo comes in. Trout does a good job of avoiding the punches and again pivots away from the ropes, looking to establish control in the center of the ring as he unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Less than a minute remaining in the third round.
He's starting to open up this round.
Trout flirting with danger there a moment ago in punching range, and Alvarez just missing with the uppercut.
They're both taking more chances, though. They're both starting to show a little bit more power punching.
Canelo just really looking to hit the home run with that lead right hand, not using the jab to set it up.
We have seen virtually no body punching from either man. A little bit from Trout.
And Canelo told us that that would be his strategy, wanting to invest in the body, slow down the fleet-footed Trout.
You see a lot of times they're straight shot, they're cross. Canelo's right cross and Trout's left cross. A lot of times they throw it to the chest or to the stomach. It's because they're having so much trouble finding the range against each other. They just want to touch something and maybe try to follow it up. There goes again with Canelo throwing that right cross to the stomach. Good point.
His biggest fan, MJ Trout, put him in boxing when he was the age of 10. Of course, we saw his fiancée Taylor, one of his daughters, Kyra, is 10, Charlotte 3, his son Elijah 5, and his sister Candace, all in attendance here. So there is a cheering section for Trout in this sea of Canelo fans. Fourth round underway. Canelo Alvarez, the WBC champion in black and pink. Trout, the WBA champion, the black and white. The Trout pops Canelo's head back with the jab. Now Canelo comes back with a couple of jabs of his own.
It's worth noting at this point that Austin Trout in the running total has thrown 157 punches to 94 for Alvarez. And you know, Alvarez is landing well, but Trout is the busier fighter. Whether that impacts the judges, we'll see.
Well, Alvarez is precision, known for his precision, but it does mitigate his modest output. He averaged 53 punches per round against Lopez in his last fight, which is slightly below the 58 junior middleweight norm.
I thought the only definitive round so far you can say was the first round for Trout. I guess round 2 for Canelo. Probably round 3 was the one that was most in doubt.
That's definitely a tough round to score.
And Canelo lunging forward, not gauging the distance, and Trout tagging him. Canelo lands the jab. Trout goes back to the jab, double pumping.
We talk about the defensive liability sometimes of Canelo. He is slipping now a lot of the jabs of Austin Trout. You have to give him credit for that.
And he's coming back with his own jab a lot too. He's starting to try to use that jab himself.
He has his right hand almost stapled to his cheek. High guard on the right side, and there he blocks that straight left from Trout. Trout looking to put together a 1-2 combination.
And that's what
uppercut by Canelo.
That's what Canelo has to be careful when he gets too aggressive. It's Trout using those pot shot counters.
Under a minute remaining in the fourth round.
When Trout bends in like that, that's when the uppercut in the left hook can land by Canelo.
30 seconds left in the fourth round. Start again, looking to establish the back, jab upstairs and downstairs. There's Canelo with the jab and then the straight right to the sternum. 15 seconds left in the round. Oh, a nice jab from Canelo. That stings Trout, who comes back with a straight left of his own.
I'll tell you, past those jabs, they can't seem to land the extra power shot except that cross to the stomach. They can't seem to land that second power shot to follow up the combination.
As we begin round 5.
All of the sons boxed, and there was actually a card in which, along with his 5 other brothers, Canelo was on the same card as all those brothers in professional boxing. I don't know if that's ever happened. So it's a boxing family filled with boxing tradition.
Warrenello, Al Bernstein, Paulie Malignaggi, ringside, joined by Brian Kenny and Jim Gray. We hope you're enjoying this title unification bout. To crown the 154-pound champion, will it be Austin Trout or Canelo Alvarez, who remain unbeaten? Here's how the Showtime crew has it unofficially.
You can see that, except for Steve Farwood, who has the fight a draw, both Paulie and I have a slight edge for Canelo, and these rounds are very, very close. And we should point out that they will be telling, because of the WBC regulations and rules, they will be telling the corners what the scores are of the fight after the 4th round and after the 8th round.
I'll say one thing, Trout started this fight trying to be the boss with the jab, but these last couple of rounds, Canelo has really established his own jab. He's landing it on the counter, he's landing on the lead. And although Trout is using his jab, it's not quite landing as effectively as it was earlier.
Canelo using some head movement. Bobbing and weaving, trying to avoid Trout's jab, and comes back with a right to the body. Straight right hand by Canelo, grazes off the cheek of Trout.
I believe that at this point in the fight, it's incumbent upon Austin Trout to land something of note to just stop the aggression of Canelo Alvarez. It's a close fight, his rounds are close, but I believe Canelo hasn't been hit with anything yet that would stop his attack. And there were several times in the Kona fight when Trout did that.
I think a solid counter shot. You need to make Canelo think twice about being so aggressive. A solid counter shot will do that.
That might be it.
Under a minute here as Trout now beginning to connect on Canelo with the jab and the follow-up left. Canelo comes back with a straight right down the middle, which of course is the public enemy #1 for the Southpaw.
Yeah, excuse me, a very active and better round, I think, for both fighters, landing punches of note.
30 seconds left in the 5th frame.
Good head movement.
Good head movement by Canelo, avoiding the brunt of that attack by Trout. 15 seconds now left, so Canelo utilizing head movement, trying to befuddle Trout. Trout, though, lands the straight left to the sternum. Less than 5 seconds left in the 5th.
30 more punches in that last round.
The bell and round 6. Canelo talked about gaining revenge for his older brother, Rigoberto. The revenge for my brother theme has happened in the past. The most recent example, the Klitschko's on 2 different occasions. One of the brothers avenging a loss suffered by the other. And Alvarez looking to bring the WBA belt back.
And I was told by the Trout corner that their scoring was the same as ours. Two judges had 1 point for Canelo, and 1 judge had it even. That was through 4 rounds.
Canelo landed a sweet overhand right. Sticks the jab. Trout goes to the body with the right hand. So with that, and a nice right hook hand.
He doubled that right hand up. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, maybe off balance.
Canelo misses wildly with the right uppercut as Trout now clinching. Lead left hook connects by Canelo.
Trout's got to be careful here. He's spending some time in the pocket.
Uppercut by Canelo. Counter right by Trout. Trout now going to the uppercut well.
And Austin Trout's committed to the body work. And I'll tell you, he's thrown some really good body punches. We have to see if that pays dividends later. He's done a better
They pay off later. They get interest.
Yes, they do. Canelo, to me, looks like he's just slowed a tad in this round.
Oh, he started the round.
Taking a look at the total body shots landed. An edge for Canelo. And we expected Canelo to work the body more, especially that left hook to the liver.
I think the fact that Austin Trout's about the same with him is a good thing for him because he's not expected to land as many.
Under a minute remaining in the 6th round here at the Alamo Dome. Trout ducks underneath that right hand by Canelo. Canelo backs up from the counter shot from Trout.
Trout's controlling this round and Canelo keeping his hands very low.
You know, Al, you made a point with those body shots Trout throwing.
Canelo doing a good job, though, of avoiding a lot of the punches.
But here's the thing, he's not moving his head as much this round. He's kind of a stationary target. He's moving a little bit here, but he started the round very fast. Then Trout landed a couple of good body shots, and the head movement stopped.
The left hook to the body by Trout. Under 30 seconds left in the 6th round.
Once that head movement stopped, he's been stationary for those straight shots Trout's throwing. Although it's a good counter from him.
Counter right from Canelo.
The volume work from Trout, though, has been much better in this round. And that body work's paying dividends right now.
And he's cutting the ring off on Canelo.
Yeah, go figure.
Under 10 seconds remaining in the 6th round. We've reached the midpoint as a nice right uppercut by Canelo. The midpoint of the fight.
Control the round.
Now 19 punches to 9 in the last round. Did Austin Trout.
Halfway point of the fight. Round is 7 underway, and as is often the case when you have a conventional fighter. And there is Canelo dropping Trout with a straight right.
6, 7, 8.
Trout winking at Canelo like...
Trout goes down for the first time in his professional career. And Canelo now on the attack. Trout trying to survive another overhand right. A counter left from Trout.
Trout's fighting back, though.
I was saying that when you have a orthodox fighting in southpaw, the feet get tangled, makes them look a little awkward, but right now they are just looking for the home run. So scintillating action here in the 7th with Canelo Alvarez dropping Trout with a straight right hand. Trout down for the first time in his career.
Well, that's why you got to start every round sharp, just like it's the middle of the round. Trout came out to a lazy jab and got countered hard.
Another right hand connects.
Austin Trout showing heart and grit, but he's got to be careful because Alvarez is landing some big shots.
He is finding a home for that overhand right. And with every shot gaining confidence as Trout comes behind the guard with the left hand.
Trout has landed some very good punches as well. They just haven't hurt Canelo in this round.
Final minute of the 7th stanza.
Canelo may have punched himself out a little bit in this round.
Yeah, I think so. Trout's recovered well.
He was hurt badly. It was early in the round. He's had to get through a long part of the round, Trout.
Yeah. He's actually almost done better than Canelo since he's been hurt.
Canelo rips a right hand to the body. Trout comes back with the jab. Wants to circle away from the right. There's Trout with a nice short left uppercut.
This fight has so much intrigue because we know Trout can be hurt, even in the rounds in which he does well now.
Straight right finds its mark.
It's a great round of boxing.
Counter right by Trout. Hits him with the jab, misses with the left, and Canelo was looking for the counter right.
By the way this round started, did you think it would end with Trout walking down Canelo?
No.
Crowd of nearly 40,000 getting their money's worth thus far.
Pick up your punch.
We will see the first time Austin Trout has been knocked down in his career. A jab that set the stage for the right hand. Was Austin Trout hurt? Yeah, you bet. And that was very early round, and we will take another look. Now, the point is, he was hurt badly early in the round, sent down as you see there, but Austin Trout came back to probably win most of the rest of the round, not all of it. Do you make that a 10-8 round or a 10-9 round? That's the question.
Yeah, I made it 10-9. I thought he controlled the rest of the round. Ironically, it's crazy. And like I said, he was actually walking Canelo down at the end of it. But a great shot by Canelo to start the round. I mean, we knew he could punch going in, and he showed it right to start the round.
The 8th round begins here with 39,247 fans electrified by what they have seen thus far, with 2 undefeated champions looking to unify the 154-pound crown. Here's how the Showtime crew has it unofficially after 7 rounds.
Well, a demonstration of how close this fight is. Both Paulie and I, with Canelo winning, Paulie by 2, and Steve Farmer, you've got it to draw. Explain.
Well, clearly this fight's going to be won in the second half, but even though Trout came back in that 7th round, I thought his legs looked a little wooden, and I think he can be hurt again with a big right hand.
We'll see what happens, and Canelo got kind of tired toward the end of that last round, so we'll see which man has more in the tank.
It almost seems like Canelo saves it up. He goes through spurts where he's not throwing very much, and all of a sudden he'll explode, and it's almost like he saves up that energy, so that when he does explode, there's a lot of power there.
Yep, good point.
Danny Garcia, who we will see defend his title against Zab Judah 1 week from tonight from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, tweeting. And yeah, he is in agreement with our judges anyway.
I agree with Swift, man. Some of these rounds will go either way.
And maybe the difference at some point would be the power that Canelo Alvarez has shown. But these are close rounds, and that last round pivotal.
And when they're close rounds, we are in Texas. You never know how the judges here will see things. Just ask Paulie Malignaggi.
No comment.
Well, Trout now has Canelo on the ropes, and Trout lands a straight left, now flashes the jab.
And this is what I mean. It's almost like Canelo saves it up. He doesn't get hit very clean all the time, but he gives up a large portion of control during the round.
But I'm impressed with his head movement and his defense, not getting hit as much as many people thought he might be.
But he's allowing Trout to dictate big portions of these rounds. And unless he lands something big, he's not going to win some of these rounds.
Hey, a lot of times people say who's making the fight. Well, for big portions of the rounds, it's actually Austin Trout making the round, making the fight.
And Austin Trout is by far the busier fighter in this match, so that has bearing as well.
Trout caught him with a left hook. Canelo followed it up with a straight right. There's another lead straight right hand by Canelo.
And Alvarez has pretty much ceded this round to Austin Trout unless he lands something monstrous.
I'll tell you one thing to note, has Austin Trout woken up since being knocked down? Because he has come back very, very strongly. And intelligently.
Yes, good point.
We're headed to the 9th round here at the Alamo Dome.
Win the day.
And that's the thing, if you're going to make a guy miss like that, you have to at least throw some pot shots. You have to make the other guy believe, okay, I'm not just going to miss, I'm going to also pay a price for missing.
And in the last round, Trout threw 59 punches to only 28 for Canelo Alvarez.
9th round begins.
And you know, Lawrence Cole, the 3rd man in the ring, has taken some heat over bouts in the past, has let them fight. Good right hand.
Feet getting tangled there. It wasn't so much the shot that Canelo threw. And there Canelo digs away with a couple of short right uppercuts and the straight left. The jab finds its target. And there's a nice straight left from Trout as the action picks up here in the 9th. Right hand to the body by Canelo.
You know, Canelo's pushing those right hands, but every once in a while he throws them crisp and correctly and they land.
And also by throwing them a lot to the body instead of to the head, it prevents Trout from being able to come back with a counter left hand. Because the momentum, if it touches his body, the momentum takes Trout backwards. So he's not able to roll and counter and bring his momentum back forward.
There's another right hand. Trout shakes it off, saying he didn't hurt me with that one.
Canelo told us that patience was important in this fight, but the problem is maybe he's being too and he may get so tired that having that patience won't let him do well in
putting together warrior punches.
It's a good fight. Great combinations by Trout and Alvarez coming back with singular shots.
Under a minute remaining in the ninth. There's a straight right hand by Canelo, keeping Trout honest. Trout throwing punches that time as Canelo ducks down, got caught with the left hand. Now Canelo's hands beginning to drop as well, Paul.
He's worked a little bit more this round, but he's made it count. You know, the power he's throwing this round has landed a little bit. He's feeling confident.
A little showmanship from Canelo.
He's feeling confident. There's a little shuffle there. But Trout's staying focused. You know, his game plan is to work off the jab, and he's going to force Canelo to keep slipping that jab and keep wasting energy like that.
Well, he's expending a lot of energy, showboating, but not throwing any punches.
And again, this is what Willie Burke was saying. He's fighting in spots. Can Trout take advantage of Canelo taking the rest of his rest time?
And is Trout landing enough punches solidly to win these rounds, even though he's being busy?
Crowder rolls at a jab by Canelo.
That's the million-dollar question now.
The bell and round 10. Austin Nobel Trout, who trained at the Rock Boxing Gym in the high altitude of Ruidoso, New Mexico.
And we've been told that after 8 rounds, the official score, ready for this, 80-71 for Alvarez, 78-73 for Alvarez, and 76-75 for Canelo Alvarez.
I'll tell you what, the guy who has at 80-71, he might as well take a bathroom break, because he's probably going to score the next 4 rounds or 3 rounds for Canelo as well. He's obviously not watching the fight.
Controversy has reigned supreme in the state of Texas in the past. Trout's camp very cognizant of what they were coming into here in Texas.
Here's the point. They've been told in Austin Trout's corner. They know what that score is. So the point is, we're now going to see whether Austin Trout can pick up the pace. And here's the point. It makes Trout fight a totally different fight.
Yeah, he forces him to take more chances. And he forces him to go into the teeth of the lion, so to speak, because Canelo's the puncher. Although Trout lands a good shot there.
And he is more aggressive here in round 10.
But it is true also, at least he knows where he stands. Normally he wouldn't. So this is an interesting exercise in open scoring, or at least semi-open scoring.
We're in Texas, Al, where you should know anyway.
Good work in this round so far by Trout, who, by the way, coming into this round, both men have landed the exact same number of punches according to Showstat, 64.
And Canelo just landed another overhand right. There's the right uppercut to the midsection of Trout, who again resets. There's the 1-2 combination by the southpaw. He gets jacked to the jaw again by the uppercut. That right uppercut finds the chin of Trout again as he ducks that right hand by Canelo.
And that's an example of Trout having to be over-aggressive. He wouldn't normally be that aggressive, but he added a couple of extra punches to that combination, and it made him walk into the counter.
Remember, Austin Trout went down for the first time in his career 13 seconds into round 7 from a straight right hand.
This has been, by and large, an Austin Trout round, except for the one big power punch that Canelo Alvarez landed.
And he lands another straight right.
And a lot of times Canelo lands the more eye-catching shots.
Yes.
But the thing is, he throws them about once a minute. And the rest of the round, a lot of times, is controlled by Trout. So a lot of times it's Canelo winning the round when he's a little busier, but if he's not busy, he's getting up the round.
Canelo pot-shotting but moving forward. Trout with a straight left. Canelo misses with the right hand. Counter left from Trout, who circles away back to the center of the ring.
This round is the perfect example. There have been about 2 or 3 shots from Canelo Alvarez that have looked good, but Trout has really controlled, for the most part, the whole rest of the round.
Canelo done with the showboating for a moment again. With the high guard, has his hands up and then comes back. Has Trout on the ropes momentarily. 10 seconds left in the 10th. Nice straight left behind the guard by Trout. We're headed to the championship rounds here at the Alamo Dome.
Time!
We are headed to the championship rounds here in front of nearly 40,000 at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Mauro Ranallo, Al Bernstein, and Paulie Malignaggi ringside. Canelo Alvarez in his self-designed trunks, the black and pink, while Austin Trout in the white and black, as we take a look at the unofficial scores from our Showtime crew.
I think ours will be a little different than the officials. I have it a draw, and both Steve and Paulie Malignaggi have it a slight edge for Canelo, 2 points for Steve and 1 for Paulie.
Know what that means, Al? That means for those of us that are actually watching the fight, good uppercut there by Canelo. For those of us that are actually watching the fight's still up in the air.
Yes.
Left hand to the body by Trout, who again knows, due to the open scoring here in Texas, that he is down on the scorecards after 8 rounds. We are in the 11th now, the penultimate round of this title unification bout for the 154-pound titles.
Neither man has
And at
lost.
the end of the day, that's all that really matters. There are 3 judges here in Texas.
Obviously, they're both undefeated. Neither has lost the 12-rounder. 5-0 for Canelo Alvarez.
It's a nice 1-2 combo from
5-0 for Trout. 6-0 for Alvarez.
Alvarez coming forward, lands the right. Trout.
They mentioned in Canelo's corner to get aggressive. These are the championship rounds, and he seems like he's picked up the aggression this round.
Moving his head out of the way of that jab, but then gets stuck with the Trout jab.
Love the commitment to the jab by Trout, though. Regardless, he stays committed to it.
Overhand, a straight right hand there by Canelo connects. Wants to double up, but for the most part, we haven't seen the combination punching that we saw Canelo exhibit against Josecito, and that's again credit Trout.
And we really haven't seen as much combination punching from Trout as we saw in the Cotto fight.
Just gonna say that, Al. It goes to show you the quality of these two boxers. It's hard to hit either one with a solid or clean combination.
Yeah, very good point. By the way, you talked about the commitment to the jab. Trout has thrown 373 jabs in this fight to 190 for Canelo Alvarez.
Right uppercut connects by Alvarez, circling away from the ropes with 35 seconds left in the 11th round. Left uppercut to the body. There's a right uppercut to the dorsal by Canelo. Catches Trout again with the right. Trout lands the straight left, but now Canelo coming forward. Counter right by Trout. Now they exchange single shots. We are headed to the 12th and final round here in Texas. Title unification fight on Showtime.
Arriba, vámonos.
Last round. One more round. The defense. Keep a good defense for this round. Relax. One more round. Just relax. You got to do this as a perfect round.
Drink it. Drink it. Drink it, baby. Come on. There's no combination. You're first. He can't hit you, okay, son? Keep that head moving. Come on, you wait on it. You count it.
This was where Austin Trout was buckled by another one of those uppercuts. And for just a moment, his legs wobbled. But that punch has been a staple of Alvarez's attack.
The thing about it, though, Al, Canelo was stepping on his feet. If you look at the lead foot, he had his foot on his lead foot.
Sign of sportsmanship as we are set for the 12th and final round. The WBC and WBA Super Welterweight Championships hang in the balance. It's been a competitive affair. Canelo.
A crowd all on their feet. You know, here's the dilemma about open scoring. Now that the fight is out of reach officially for Trout, they basically told Canelo in the corner solid defense this round. Let's see what he does. But he knows all he has to do is end the round and he wins the fight.
It's been Trout's commitment to the jab, but Canelo has landed the harder shots.
Telling shots.
Now Trout, uppercut, going on the offensive. Known as a slick, crafty southpaw, more of a defensive first fighter, but now unloading a series of left uppercuts. Canelo comes back with an overhand right. Just past the minute mark of this final round. Right hand connects by Canelo.
And just to tell you, we confirmed again with Jim Gray, who had the scores read to him by the corner of Austin Trout, that they read it directly from the information they got from the WBC. So presumably that information is correct.
A minute and a half remaining in the fight.
From Canelo's, I should say from Canelo's corner, excuse me.
Canelo backing up, Trout lunging forward with the straight left. Canelo going downstairs with a left to the body. Trout with a straight left catches Canelo upstairs.
And here you see Canelo not taking too many chances. He knows
going.
And you know, that's the thing. This fight is really, this fight on my card is up in the air. This fight on all of our cards is up in the air. Yet it kills the final round drama. And even Canelo knows it. So he's not taking any chances.
Very good
when
point.
otherwise, because this fight's been so competitive, you would see both guys going forward in this last round.
Here, and Trout trying to come forward, but you're right, Canelo just trying to do his best to avoid the attack of Trout. Now going to the center of the ring. 35 seconds left in the fight. Trout on the offensive. Canelo misses with a 1-2. There's a right hand to the body by Canelo. Straight left by Trout. 20 seconds left in this bout. As many insiders and hardcore fans predicted, we are on our way to a 12-round distance fight. We're going to the judges' scorecards here in Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Ray Danseco, scores the bout 115 to 112. Oren Schellenberger sees it 116 to 111. And Stanley Christodoulou scores the bout 118 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine Super Welterweight World Champion, El Orgullo de Guadalajara, Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo demanded this fight. Canelo passes the test, recording a unanimous decision win over Austin Trout.